Well guys, it's Kieran, or Killer Kizza HD here, and welcome to the finale of the Cherries. It is the final episode, and ironically, it is our 400th game in charge as we face Chelsea in the Champions League final at the Millennium Stadium. It is the biggest game and the final game of the save, and I cannot be more excited for this. So I'm going to be doing the press conference, I'm going to be doing all that jazz, and I will see you in 1 second. But remember very closely, Chelsea are a very good side. They've beaten us on multiple occasions in this save. We've got them one more time. They're our rivals in this save, and we really are going to try to beat them. That is the key. This is the key moment in the history of Bournemouth and the history of the save. If we beat Chelsea, we've conquered everything we have to conquer. So here is the journey we've had in the Champions League. We have only lost one game, which was in the semi-final against Roma. We beat PSG in the group 5-3. We beat Malmo. We drew with Bayern both times. They were a very tough side to come up against. PSG, obviously, we drew them to beat Malmo again. Then we had Monaco, which we won 2-0 away from home, and then 5-2 at home as well. You recorded that 5-2 game, which was a phenomenal game, I remember that. Then we drew Manchester United in the quarter-final, and we beat them 5-0 for the second time in one season. Then we drew 2-2 at Old Trafford. Andrew Berry getting a goal, the youth man. And obviously we went against Roma in the semi-final, 2-1 win, 2-1 loss away from home. And then we beat them 3-0 at home. And now let's look at the side then, because this is the Champions League final. It's the biggest game in the save ever. If you look at the previous meetings right there, Chelsea's blue bar is very dominant over our red one. We've only got a little red one there, probably like 2 wins, maybe 3 potentially. I don't even know. But here's the side I've gone with today. And we've got Jack Butland in goal with Cannon Chambers at right back and Ben Davies at left back. We've got Otamendi and Captain Steve Cook starting as our centre backs. We have Poyet and Oxlade-Chamberlain as our centre midfielders. We've got Alvarez on the right, Jack Grealish on the left, Quintero in the middle, and Marcos Paz starts off right. On the bench today we have Predrag Rajkovic, Guillermo Javier Zwicker, Danny Barr, Vincent Pyatt, The Heartbeat, Dan Crowley, Douglas Costa, and Andrew Berry. Players who miss out, players like Besovic. Josh Demont sadly misses out after a fairly decent season. Kevin Wimmer obviously misses out, he's not been a key part of our season here. But Andrew Berry makes it, as we obviously need a striker on the bench. Now, I did say in the game against Manchester United, I don't expect him to come on. I'm definitely not. I can't bring him on today. It's the Champions League final. It's the biggest game of the save, and it's the final game of the save. I can't really bring him on, can I? I can't do it. So here is the side then, and let's go and have a look at the Chelsea side as we approach the kickoff of the Champions League final at the Millennium Stadium against Chelsea. Michael Campbell from TeamTalk.com thinks it's going all the way to penalties. Gerard Deulofeu and Nicolas Gara are both missed by their respective sides. I agree. Nicolas Gara is very much missed indeed. We are favourites on Sky Bet to lift the Champions League, which is huge. And they think, yeah, this is the biggest of the season. I am incredibly nervous myself, and it's been ideal. So here is the Chelsea side. They've gone for a 4-2-1-3 DM wide. They've got Icardi up front with Eden Hazard and Oscar on the wings. Matic is playing that centre midfielder role. And in the DM roles, they've got Graham, Brookham and Gruzero. On the left back side, they've got Dave, otherwise known as Azpilicueta. On the right, they've got John Stones. In the middle, Las Calas and Kurtzima. In goal, Thibaut Courtois. On the bench is former Bournemouth man Jason Steele, Terence Congolo, Ramirez, Diego Costa, Baruma, Benashia and Prayet. I'm not looking at any of their players. Why? Because I'm too excited to play this game. So, I will see you in a second for kickoff. I'm telling the team in a passionate voice, go and win the trophy for them. They're paying your wages. It only worked with one player. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, mate. I love you. How I have faith out there. Go and make the difference, boys. I want to see green everywhere. I don't want to see, like, green the drug, but I want to see green everywhere. Look, 9 out of the 11 players have got the green. They're thinking positive. They're motivated. They're happy. They gain confidence. Let's get into this game. Come on, bloody Bournemouth. It's the Champions League final. It is kicked off. The anthem has been played. The Champions League final is here. And it's Grealish runs down the left-hand side, and John Stone puts in a tackle. Alvarez on the right-hand side gives it to Quintero in the middle, puts it to Grealish, Grealish, Alvarez! Yes! Mario Alvarez with 27 goal season! Get in! Mario Alvarez scores in the 15th minute to make it 1-0 to Bournemouth at the Millennium Stadium. It's a Champions League final, and Bournemouth are leading. Grealish, look at all those blue and bloody red shirts. Grealish has a shot, deflection comes off, Alvarez pops it past Guitar, cannot do a thing about it. It is 1-0 to Bournemouth in the Champions League final. Who would have thought I would have been saying that? The first half is over. Over. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I don't care. Just deal with it, okay? Deal with it, really? Okay. Right, tell the players they're halfway there. The cup is almost ours. I'm also going to go assertive and say, I'm happy with performance so far. Keep it up. There it is again. I'm loving the greens. I'm loving the positivity. Extremely delighted. I love it. I absolutely love it. We've got a goal from Mario Alvarez. We've got an assist to Jack Grealish once again. Those two boys there, Alvarez and Grealish, are probably the best wingers I've ever used in this game in any other FM ever. Wow, I can't even like Jack Grealish has been unreal. Ever since I bought him from Aston Villa, he's been the most consistent son of a bitch I've ever used. He has 17 goals and 21 assists so far this season. He had 21 assists and 15 goals last season. And the season before that, 7 goals, 19 assists, and the season before that, 9 goals, 11 assists. He's performed he keeps on performing like that. You know, he keeps on clicking up and performing. Mario Alvarez, who joined us from Estudiantes for 5.5 million, has 26 goals and 11 assists this season. That just shows what a bargain he has been. He's now worth £29.5 million. I've just got a new contract on him. No release fee whatsoever, because I hate release fees on my players. Oh man. Oh, by the way, I will mention this really quickly before I get back into this final. That Mario Alvarez was born on the 14th of June. In the game, this boy is 12 days older than me, and he's playing in a Champions League final. Oh man, that makes me feel crap. Let's get into the second half, and it's a Champions League final. We are 1-0 up. Can we hold on to this victory and gain the Champions League trophy for the first time? Bournemouth did. Costa to Oscar. Oscar has a shot. It goes over. Can we win the Champions League? Alvarez with a free kick gets as far as Quintero, who gets past his man here. Lovely work by Fernando Quintero. Oxlade-Chamberlain, the Englishman, puts it to Alvarez. Alvarez for another goal. Aspilicueta gets tackling. Oxlade-Chamberlain caught off a save. We're going to make our first change of the game in the 63rd minute here. And what we are going to do is take off Juan Fernando Quintero. And the change I'm going to make is bring on Oxlade-Chamberlain as the attacking midfielder and then put Vincent Payot back as the ball in the midfielder. Poyet can push up as well. We're going to change Oxlade-Chamberlain to an advanced playmaker on attack as we try and go for a second goal in this Champions League final. Oh man, it's been a pretty... Do you know what? In considering the stats of like 11 shots for us and all this, it's been quite a poor game, hasn't it? I've not really seen much of it. Jesus Christ, Butland, good work. Not really seen much of this game, have we? Matic passes it to Las Galas to Oscar. This is nice passing play by Chelsea. Bruma gets past his man. Bruma running. Icardi with a shot. Skims the post. Big chance for Chelsea there. 75 minutes in here. I'm making my second change of the game with 15 minutes to go in this game. I am making probably the most riskiest change you're ever going to see. Danny Barth is coming on for Otamendi. We're making a defensive change. Otamendi has been a bit poor this game, to be honest with you. It says a 7.4 there, but he's not been that good for me. So I'm taking him off. Danny Barth is coming on with 15 minutes to go. Now I'm going to make my final change to go with 4 minutes on the clock. Oh my word, we might actually do it. We might actually do it. Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Douglas Costa maybe coming on. Yeah, Douglas Costa's going to come on for Oxlade-Chamberlain. We're going to put Douglas Costa on the right and put Alvarez on the left and Grealish in the middle. It might happen, lads. I think it's going to happen, you know. I think it might happen. Should I put him as a shadow striker? Should I put him as a trequartista? Let's put him as a trequartista for Jack Grealish. It's his final 4 minutes of this game. Are we lifting the Champions League trophy? 8, 9... 90th, 90, oh my word, 50, 40 seconds to go. Alvarez to Grealish. Grealish passes to Marcus Paz. I would have loved to see a goal from Marcus Paz today. Alvarez can't get it past him. Icardi heads it down. Icardi gets tackled by Steve Cook. Danny Barth to Payot. To Barth. Big ball to Douglas Costa. Zuma heads it. Not really far as Matic though. Matic to Las Galas. Oh my god, it's going to happen. Grealish. Paz. Go on, get a tackle. Don't get a tackle. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes! Get in! Oh my word. Oh my word. Champions League winners. Bournemouth are Champions League winners in the final episode of the Cherries Rise. We have won it. Mario Alvarez with the goal in the 15th minute to give us this trophy for the first time in Bournemouth's history. Oh, I'm so happy. Let's have a look at the inbox then as we approach what's going to happen then. Bournemouth with the Champions League. Mario Alvarez scores the goal. Bournemouth celebrate, wow, doing the double. Well, actually, we've done the triple today because we won the Champions League, we've won the Capital One Cup and the Premier League. Fanta jubilant, damn right it should be. Bournemouth given 7.8 million. Why? I should get more. Iconic HD builds Bournemouth a legacy. We are an iconic figure in Bournemouth history. Damn bloody right we are. Oh, yes, we are. Bournemouth hit by Champions League fever. Ball ecstatic. They enabled us to reach the first knockout round and we have bloody won it, mate. Redknapp, Harry Redknapp is in disbelief that we've managed to win the Champions League. We are given more money for Champions League revenue the Champions League. Overachievers are us. The underachievers is PSG because they were out in the group stage. Thanks to us, by the way. We have finished our Champions League assignment. Mourinho reveals HD antics affected this performance after I called him pretty much a bellend before this game because I can't stand the man. So are we now an iconic figure? Are we like a legend or something in Bournemouth history? Because if we're not, look, there we are. We are an icon. Do you know what? That took ages to get working. That's the first time I've seen my name in the icon section of Bournemouth. We should be a legend along with Steve Fletcher and Ted McDougall. For our performances. Eddie Howe should be over there as a legend as well, by the way, for his performances. We are now Champions League holders, Premier League holders, Capital One Cup holders for a second time. It's all over, ladies and gentlemen. It is all over. We are done here with Bournemouth. We started in 2014-15 when we finished 12th in our first season, and we finished 12th again in our second season, and ever since then, 9th, 6th, 4th, 3rd, now 1st. It was the best season we've ever had, and it is the final episode of the Cherries Rise. It's all over. So what I'm going to do here is actually put on our best 11s from season 1 to season now. Well, season now, is that even a word? I don't know. First season then, we had Adam Federici in goal. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Simon Francis, Steve Cook, Tommy Elphick. Steve Cook's been here since the start. What a hero he has been. Tommy Elphick, Charlie Daniels, Andy Sermon, Ewan O'Kane, Matt Ritchie, who we sold to Burnley, J. Emmanuel Thomas, the Jetman, Christian Atsu on loan from Chelsea, Callum Wilson, Borrock, Ward, Lighterwood, what a boy he was, Ariata, Josh King, Bakayoko, who was a one-season wonder with us, and Brett Pittman. Second season, we had Predrag Rejkovic for his first start of the season, Callum Chambers, Danny Bath, Kevin Wynn was there now, Payot the Heartbeat, there he is, Dan Crowley, Aturbe, Alberto, Grealish, Bamford, Jason Steele finally started for us then. Alex Munoz, he was out. He was our starting left back, I think, at the start of that season. Nick Powell, Joel Campbell, Danny Ings, Francis, and Sir Harold Kane as well. Wow, that is an overall one. That is. I don't know why Marcus Paz is not there because Marcus Paz should be there. I don't even know how Marcus Paz is not on there when you've got Munoz and Jason Steele on there. I don't get that. Also, Simon Francis, who only made 39 appearances for us. How is he even there? So here is the overall best 11 for Bournemouth's. Oh, wow, I'm so happy we won the Champions League, man. I can't believe it. I might not sound it, but trust me, I am very ecstatic. Here is the best 11 plus the bench. We have Predrag Rejkovic in goal with 106 appearances for the club and 6.91 average rating. We have Callum Chambers at right back, who's actually leaving at the end of the season. He's leaving at the end of his contract. He refused to sign a new one, so he's going. 158 appearances and 2 goals for him. Danny Bath and Steve Cook as our centre back. Steve Cook, shout out to this man. 30 years old, 16 appearances for England. He is our captain. And he's been here since 2011, and he's not left. I refuse to sell him. And there's another player on this team that I refuse to sell, and his name was Jordan Holmes, a young Englishman who was born a year after me in real life, the bastard. He has played one game at least every season for Bournemouth. I've made sure of that. I've made sure he played at least one game in the league every season. I refuse to not let him play a game. And he's not been key, he's just been nice to have him here. If we look at our transfer history for every season, we have Lighterwood coming in. If you remember Mikael Lighterwood, you're an absolute hero. He was phenomenal, he was so good, wasn't he? Bournemouth, Reading, Bradford, he played for us he had a one-season wonder season, if you remember correctly, in the first season. We had Jaya Sanogo on loan from Arsenal, J. Emmanuel Thomas, the Jet, Kieran Clark, who went to West Bromwich Albion, and now is available for a free if you want him. He's wanted by Hartlepool, Oxford and Peterborough. Wow, how the mighty have fallen. Zumana Bakayoko, what a man this guy was. Joined us from Leicester for 150k and had a pretty decent first season, and that was it. He didn't play a single game in the second season, so we loaned him at the Partick Thistle, and then he went for free to Yeovil. We had, oh wow, I haven't seen that name in so long, Rhineford Caliber. My dude! He's my dude! He's my dude, he's my guy. Signed in for £1.3 million from TB Mazembe in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Yeah, that's how far away he came from. He joined us and was pretty consistent for the 3 seasons we had him here, even though he only made 4 appearances in the third season. He joined Real Oviedo in Liga Adelante, a club that is very beloved in the football community, and he joined and played very okay for them. And if you look at the last one, Branko van der Boomen, 150k for FC Eindhoven. He joined us, didn't get as much game time as he would have hoped, and as I would have hoped as well. He left a lot of time, went on loan, and we sold him for 1.2 million to Feyenoord. He's now playing for SC Heerenveen for I can't remember. I can't get my words out. SV for infant, and he's played 33 appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists. He left 500k. I can get my words down now. Who left in this season? Jaden Stockley went out on loan. Jan Kermagran, I remember selling him. People weren't very happy about that. I remember that. Sean McDonald, now he left for free. He went to New York Red Bulls and has not left since, so he's been fairly consistent. If you look at his first season, how awful is that? And then ever since, big performances for the Red Bulls. In the second season, this is where we started to get in some money. We sold Ryan Aslop, we let go of Ranty, we sold Elliot Ward, we let go of a couple of players like Lee Camp went out for free, Brett Pittman went on loan. This is where we brought in some players. Mackay Stephen joined for a couple of seasons. Jason Steele joined from Blackburn. Joel Campbell joined from Arsenal, and he left last season to go to Porto, I think. Oh, he's at West Brom now. Huh. How the mighty have fallen once again. Paddy Bamford joined from Chelsea. Darwin Marcus. Now, he is a little hero in this save, because his first season was awesome, quite frankly. 7.10 average rating in all competitions. 15 goals. No assists, though. 15 goals in all competitions the first season. The second season, he had 7 goals in 10 games. We sold him to Empoli. He went to Reading on loan. He's playing for Parma now in Serie A, which is awesome, so I'm happy for him. He was a little hero in this save. You had Danny Bath, who's played for every season now. You had Timothy Kolo Dij, fucking screw that name. He joined us and went to Porto for another season straight after that. We made a £2 million profit on him. That was when the profit started, lads, trust me. Payot Pacheco, he joined us from Real Madrid for free, and then we sold him back to Real Madrid for 900k. Was very happy with that sale, to be honest with you. We brought in Luis Alberto on loan, and that's where Luis Alberto's connection started to come in. In the third season, obviously, we sold Ryan Fraser, Matt Ritchie, Kieran Clark. We sold Callum Wilson, the sad side of that. Brett Pittman went as well, Timmy Colo, Charlie Daniels and Simon Francis. We brought in some big players. Now, this is where we spent the biggest amount of money so far, £59.5 million. We brought in Jonathan Tarr from Hamburg after they were recently relegated. We brought in El Ghazi, Nick Powell, Sean Kavanagh, the fuckboy. Can't stand that man, he tricked me. Giacomo Benaventura, my man. One season wonder, this kid. I say this kid, it was a one season wonder, effectively. 36 appearances, 11 goals, 12 assists. All competitions, he had 14 goals and 13 assists. He left the next season for 14.75 million. Profit essential. Jetro Willems, Paolo Otavio, Alex Munoz from Hercules Storaro, Callum Chambers of 24, and Mario Alvarez. The journey with the Argentine started right here. Oh man, Jonathan Tarr, obviously, he joined us from Hamburg, and the next season he left for £40 million. 40 million, the big 4-0 to Liverpool. And you know what? He was being very consistent for Liverpool. And I'm very happy that we made that profit on him, because it helped in the long run, because we managed to bring in some absolutely top-class individuals, like Jack Grealish finally joining, and that was where his journey started. We brought in Nicolas Garo from Argentinos Junior, and now obviously his work permit didn't go through for a couple of seasons. We had Excelsior loan him out, and we also had him in Barrow in Hungary or Bulgaria, I think it's Bulgaria, it is Bulgaria. And ever since, he's been playing a lot of games, which is nice to have. We had Gustavo Carballo, Kevin Wimmer, Castanera joined us finally, even though he's not played a game. Juan Turbe, Adam Lallana, Danny Ings, Mitch Joyce from Arsenal, Jostamon and Guillermo Zwicker. On this season we sold Bonaventura, Smith, Tarr, let go of Calabar, Stanislas, Kane and Federici on free transfers, which just sucked. Dan Gosling and Tommy Elphick also went out on free transfers. We let go of El Ghazi for £17 million to Juve. We sold Jetro Williams to Juve as well for £21 million. We let go of Pacheco. We let go of Harry Arter to Watford. Darren Marcus to Empoli. We let go of J. Emmanuel Thomas to Jet to Barnsley on loan. I think he actually went out for a free transfer next season. Mackay Steve went to Millwall. The next season as well, we spent £53 million. A little less money, but still. Patrick Bamford left. Branko van der Bremen finally left. Stefan Storaro, Kavanagh, Julian Green, Lallana, Bailey Cargill. What a sad state. That was such a sad day when I saw him. I wanted him to be like Jason Steele, where he never left. Couldn't hold him in. Couldn't hold him on the contract. He wanted to go, and then obviously we let go Jason Steele as well. We brought in players like Andrea Pirlo for what? Do you know what? I'll give Pirlo all the credit in the world, right? We had him for 3 seasons. He didn't play much in the season that we had him now. Obviously he retired. During, I think it was January, I think he retired now. We had him for the first season. We got 1 goal and 2 assists, which isn't good. But if I remember correctly, the only goal he scored in that season, and maybe the only goal he scored in the whole of Bournemouth's history, well, his Bournemouth career, was against Chelsea, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was. So he was fairly poor, but that's expected when you sign a 40-year-old man to the team. Brought in Dan Crowley, Ahmed Ibrahim Villarreal, Sir Harold Kane, Lorik Benteke and Quintero from PSG. What a signing Quintero has been. He's now worth 20 million, the Colombian. He's made a lot of his goals and assists since being here. He's now worth a lot of money. I'm not letting him go. Then we spent £20 million last season, I think it is. We bought Anima Traore, Gyro Rider World. Marcus Paz finally joined us from Velez, who's now a beast, basically. He's a beast. 31 goals this season, 12 last season. 22 last season, not 12. What am I talking about? We also brought in Jack Butland. Lorik Benteke out on loan this season. We got Mitch Joyce on a free transfer. Munoz went to Arsenal, Joel Campbell to Porto, Paulo Otavio to Sassuolo, and Nick Powell to Watford. In the final season then, you may have seen this already, Danny Ings, Carballo, Iturbe, Harold Kane, Gyro Rider World, it's Alberto, Traore and Pozo all getting sold in this season. We've actually brought in Pozo from Man City and made a profit on him, not much, but it still makes any profit. Otamendi, Carrillo, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Besovic, Ben Davies, Diego Poyo, Douglas Costa and Anthony Martial all coming in. It's all over, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. That is the final episode of Cherries Rise done. I may end up cutting some of this down because it's going to be quite a long episode, and you know, that's just how it is. So I hope you enjoyed this series. I really hope you did. It's been such a journey. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, and if you did not, I don't know why, but tell me in the comments down below. And also leave a comment telling me who was your favourite player and what was your favourite moment in the series. And I will see you all very soon for the start of FM16 as we approach Arsenal, Mansfield, and the newly crowned save of Around the World version 2. I will see you all very soon.